Hi there, Nancy Mueller here, the one and only Life Sensei. I'd like to ask you a question. Are you really happy? I mean, like truly, truly off the charts happy? If the answer is no, what would it take for you to be really, truly, truly happy? Now, here's the thing. However you answer that question, if you have things, thoughts, ideas that you believe are going to make you happier, I can tell you right now that you have a belief that you don't have that. Because we can't say we need to get something if we already have it, right? We wouldn't do that. So think about this. Each one of us has an energetic bubble or a vibrational energetic field all around us. Every person does. And our energy field goes about 13 feet outside of our body. So everything that we are experiencing is within our energy field. Everything we say we want is outside of our energy field. So when you say that you really want something, the key then becomes, how do you take what's outside of your energy field and bring it inside your energy field? Likewise, how do you take that junk that you don't want to keep vibrating on, to keep inside your energy field and get rid of it? The easy answer is your feelings. Your feelings are driving the bus. Your feelings are keeping you happy or keeping you not happy. Your feelings, they run everything. It's so, so, so important for us to understand what we're feeling at any given time, because our feelings also are very intermingled with our thoughts. And every thought we think today, 96% of the thoughts that we think today are the same thoughts we had yesterday and the same thoughts that we're going to have tomorrow. Unless we understand, like, okay, why am I thinking this stuff? Why do these thoughts keep going over and over and over in my mind? And here's the easy answer. Because those thoughts, they're intermingled with your feelings. You have feelings. And either those feelings are feelings of joy, happiness, love, light, or feelings of low energy, sadness, anger, vengeance, frustration, judgment. Think about where you are on that feeling scale. You're either feeling low vibration or high vibration. Now, people will tell you that the easiest way to vibrate higher is to be in gratitude. But I'm here to tell you, it's pretty difficult to feel grateful for something when you have very low energy. And I don't mean like low energy, you're pooped, you didn't eat enough. I'm talking about your energy field. Remember that energy field that's 13 feet in all directions of our body? Because that's what's attracting everything about your life into your life. You have the power. You have the power to create whatever it is inside your vibrational energy field and release whatever you don't want outside of your vibrational energy field. Just a little bit about my story is when I was growing up, my childhood was full of drama, full of trauma, full of verbal abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse that escalated to sexual abuse by the age of 12. So you can imagine where my feelings as a child were. I felt lonely, isolated, abandoned. And I did not know at the time that as children, we bring those feelings with us into adulthood. And those feelings have a vibrational energy. And we emit that vibrational energy. It's like, sonar. We're sending it out there. And that's what the universe is sending back to us. So when I got to a point in my life where I said, you know what? I'm so sick and tired of that. I'm just going to I'm going to talk about what happened. Then I thought, great. I talked about it. I got it out in the open. Now I'm better. Now everything is going to be great. But I didn't realize that talking about it, that was part of my story, right? My childhood, what went on was part of my story. Then I started talking about it. And that was also part of my story. But what was happening was I was sharing my story from a very negative feeling, a very low energy vibrational feeling. And so I kept bringing that low vibrational energy experiences into my life because I didn't know any better. And I couldn't understand, like, okay, if I've talked about it, I've talked to my therapist, I've talked to people, why do I still cry? Why am I so emotional? Why is it still bothering me so much? Because there was no one there to teach me about the feelings and emotions that were attached to all of those memories and how I was sharing my story. Then I decided, you know what? This doesn't feel good. I don't like this. I need to get rid of this. I was feeling angry and vengeful. So I studied martial arts. I thought, you know what? If I can't get rid of this, at least I can fight, right? At least I can keep this from happening to myself again and possibly keep it from happening to others. So I started martial arts because I really was angry and vengeful. But when I went into the karate studio, the more that I studied, I realized that if I wanted to continue with my studies, if I really wanted to level up, I had to learn to start facing the toughest opponent in the dojo. The toughest opponent, myself. That's right. We will never face a tougher opponent than the person we see in the mirror. That was such a difficult lesson for me because I didn't want to accept that. I didn't want to accept that I had the power to change my life. It seemed easier for me to blame other people, experiences, and circumstances because that person did that to me. This is where I am. It's easier to fight. And I will tell you that I did not go gently into that information. I did not go gently into that lesson. It took me a long time. That's why I do the work that I do today. I love helping women, guiding women, sharing with women. You don't have to take the tough journey. You don't have to take that rocky road. You don't have to learn to be strong. You are already strong. You were created with all the strength that you need to deal with whatever it is that comes your way. I promise you that is true. Whatever it is, if it's childhood trauma, if it's a story that you talk about over and over and over, if it's something that happened more recently, divorce, maybe you don't get along with one or both of your parents, maybe you don't have the best relationship with your spouse, maybe you hate your job, maybe the finances are low, maybe you just feel like nobody understands you. Maybe you've been trying to create a business and you just can't figure it out. And you see all of these people on social media and they're saying, this is the answer, that's the answer, this is the answer. And you feel like you've tried everything. Well, I'm here to invite you. If you feel that you've tried everything and you're still struggling, I invite you to go within. When you learn to go within, when you learn that all of the answers that you're looking for can be found inside of you, it's the best feeling in the world. It's the most empowered feeling in the world. Stop listening to the people that tell you you have to be stronger, bigger, faster, more experienced, more education. You have everything that you need inside of you. It wasn't until I learned to let go of the blame and the negative energy around my story and create a story that really shows this is where I've been, this is what I did, this is what I chose, and now this is where I am. Now I share my story from a place of empowerment instead of a place of disempowerment. Do you want to know how freaking awesome that feels? To be able to share my story and not cry about it anymore, to not fall apart, to not feel judged, to not feel like I am the worst person in the world. That is a place of empowerment. And that is a place that I would love for you to get to. So I'm going to ask you the question, what would it take to make you happier? What would it take to bring real love, joy, and happiness into your life? I can promise you, when you learn to take 100% responsibility, meaning that you know that you have all of the answers that you need inside of you, that's when the true power starts to show itself. That's when you really start to live in happiness, joy, and excitement. And you share yourself from a place of like, oh my gosh, I can do anything. You no longer are afraid to get up in front of people and share what you do. You no longer feel like you have to stand back into the wings and just be, in the background and not talk about what it is that you do. You no longer have to feel embarrassed or ashamed of anything that is a part of you. Whatever happened in the past, that's done. It's over. And if you still have negative feelings and emotions attached to that experience, I'm here to tell you, when you release that, that is true power. That is when you stand up. That is when you start to realize, oh my gosh, I am really here for an amazing reason. I have these skills, abilities, talents, and I deserve to share them with the world. That's when you start to stand up a little taller. That's when you start to realize, wow, I am like this superhero. I have superpowers, and I can share this with other people. And when you start sharing your superpowers with the world, what do you think is going to happen? All of that positive energy that's going along inside of your vibrational energy field, it's going to start emitting out. And you're going to start sharing it with others. And you're going to start attracting more of that into your life. More people, more abundance, more happiness, more joy, more prosperity. You're going to be a catalyst for yourself and others to experience true joy and happiness in your life. I would love for this to happen for you. So if you're still watching this video and you're wondering, how can I get me some of that? I would love to share with you how you can do that. Take a look around my website. See if there's anything there that calls to you. If something calls to you and you're feeling a little bit hesitant, take your time. Remember, I told you, you have the answers. You know what's best for you. Step back and say, how do I feel about this? Why do I feel negative? Why do I feel scared? Why do I feel like this isn't right for me? Is it just because it's something new? Or is it because I'm hesitant to believe that there could possibly finally be an answer? You'll know the right choice. You'll know the next step. I know what it's like to wake up every day feeling hopeless, lost, like today is going to be the same as yesterday, or that today is going to be more of the stuff that I didn't want yesterday that I've carried over into today. And I also know what it's like to wake up every day saying, oh my gosh, today is the best day ever, because yesterday was a great day, and today is going to be even better than yesterday, and tomorrow is going to be even better than today. When you get to that point, you can't help but attract the people, the places, the experience that are going to bring you everything that you're looking for in your life. So here's a little tool that you can use. Make yourself a list of the things that make you happy. What truly brings you happiness? You have to come up with at least 100 things on this list. What truly makes you happy? Get to know yourself. Get to know what makes you happy. And then every day, look at your list. And then ask yourself, out of these 100 things, how many of these things have I given myself today? Have I done for myself today? Have I enjoyed today? And then compare. And if you're not doing the things on your happy list, why? What is your excuse? What is your story? That you don't have enough time, that people don't understand, that you're not worth it, that this stuff doesn't work? What is your story? Because when you change your energy, your story changes, your thoughts change, and your whole life will change. At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know what's best for you. You have the power to have, do, or be anything that you want in your life. So anything that's coming up for you on a daily basis, that's inside your energetic field, that you'd like to remove and make it go outside of your energetic field, I'd love to have a conversation with you. Let's talk about this. Let's find out what it is that you can start doing today that will truly, truly make you the happiest that you've ever been. In the meantime, this is Nancy Mueller saying ciao for now.